All right, let's get right to it because we got a lot we're going to go through. I'm going to play the first statement because we got a bunch. Let's listen. Number one.
I'm here today to answer at a public hearing any legitimate questions Chairman Comer and the House Oversight Committee may have for me.
Already there was a lie?
Right off the bat, Megyn, there was deception. And the deception actually reveals what his goal is. And his goal is to give the impression that he is legitimately appearing before the body that's going to address these allegations with him. But he doesn't want to address those questions. In other words, he's immediately attacking or implying an attack on the body that's going to pose these allegations and questions to him. And he doesn't want to answer them because the facts are not his ally. He clearly has information regarding the allegations that he doesn't wish to disclose.
And that's why he's saying, I'll answer the legitimate questions, whereas a truth teller would have said, I'll go in there and answer whatever they want me to answer.
Yeah, when he uses the word legitimate, he's teeing up a situation where he can pick and choose which questions he wants to answer, and he gets to determine in his mind which ones are legitimate and which ones are not.
See, the audience needs to remember Phil has a lifetime of seeing these qualifiers being used on sentences by liars. So they're like red flags to him. He can see them glaring in red lights where you and I are just like, okay, whatever. All right, let's listen to SOT number 2.
I'm here today to make sure that the House Committee's illegitimate investigations of my family do not proceed on distortions, manipulated evidence, and lies.
Speaking of lies.
Yes, indeed. What he's doing here is he's using aggression behavior in the form of attacks to tee up that he's the good guy in this scenario and they're the bad guy. And he's using, the attacks that he's using specifically are the illegitimate investigations. In other words, he's saying that he's not giving you any data or any real denials that he didn't do anything. He's just attacking them because if he can't rehabilitate his own image, he has to bring their image down.
Right. It's not a denial of the underlying conduct. It's just an attack of the investigation into it. Good distinction. Yeah. Let's keep going. Number 3.
And I'm here today to acknowledge that I've made mistakes in my life and wasted opportunities and privileges I was afforded. For that, I'm responsible. For that, I'm accountable. And for that, I'm making amends.
All right. So he wants us to believe he's taking responsibility there. This is the new grown-up Hunter, not it?
Yep. No, not at all. What he is doing here, these are non-specific allegations, okay? And they're used by people who are afraid to put the bald-faced lie out there, because they're afraid that everyone will see immediately that that is a lie. And so they broaden the statement or the denial and say things like, I didn't do anything. And in this case, he was saying, he's being contrite, if you will. He said, I've made mistakes. I've, wasted opportunities and privileges and so forth. These are things that apply to all of us. So if to the untrained eyes and ears, a person who hears that, they're saying to themselves, geez, that's really what he's saying is he's just a normal guy. And in reality, what they're asking for is answers to questions, or they want him to appear before the body to answer questions. And he's not prepared to do that.
Right. So you're saying, if I'm saying you stole my wallet, I'm angry that you stole my wallet. And you say, I've made mistakes. I'm not perfect. I've taken advantage of my privileges. And for that, I hold myself accountable. It's a non-answer.
Exactly. He is saying I've done a lot of things in my life, but what he falls short is he doesn't say I didn't do this or I didn't do the things that they're accusing me of. And you'll see in a minute, there's another example of that, that non-denial, non-answer.
All right, let's do the next one, number 4.
But I'm also here today to correct how the MAGA right has portrayed me for their political purposes.
Well, that's in virtually every answer ever given by a Biden. So what was wrong with that one?
Yeah, he's tiptoeing around the allegations here by saying he wants to correct things. And so what does correct mean? It's a very ambiguous statement and a broad statement. Again, he's trying to tee up this idea that these people are bad because they've got it all wrong. And in his case, he's good. And all he's done is made a mistake. He didn't break the law, so to speak. That's the implication he's trying to get across.
So if you're innocent and a truth teller, you're out there saying, look, I didn't do this, period. There's no reason to drag your accusers through the mud or try to diminish or discredit them.
That's exactly correct, Megyn. It is when we see people in an act of wrongdoing fail to make the direct denial, that is a very significant deceptive behavior because in reality, for the truthful person, the way you just described it, that's their most important fact. That's what they're eager to get out on the table. We don't see that at all in here, throughout the entire press conference. And that really gets our attention when we look at it.
Right. Because a truth teller would want you to know that first and foremost. All right. Yep, another one absolutely. Here. This one, he went on and he waxed poetic here about, I'm a son, a father. Here, I'll let him say it.
I am first and foremost a son, a father, a brother, and a husband from a loving and supportive family. I'm proud to have earned degrees from Georgetown University and Yale Law School. I'm proud of my legal career and business career. I'm proud of my time serving on a dozen different boards of directors. And I'm proud of my efforts to forge global business relationships.
Global business relationships. What's wrong with this one?
This is classic deceptive behavior. This is a string of what we term convincing statements. When an individual, where the facts are not their ally, and they're afraid to say, I didn't do it. So what can they say? How can he defend himself, so to speak? They go into the persuasion mode. It's a string of statements that in many cases here are technically true statements, but they have little or no relevance to the allegations at hand. And what they're doing is trying to simply buy the allegiance of the listener and say, wait a minute, Hunter Biden is a great guy. He may be a great guy, but that doesn't mean he didn't do or isn't culpable with respect to any of the allegations that are going or questions that are going to be posed to him.
All right, this is the most important one and the one that made the new news. He had been saying that there had been, Joe Biden never discussed business with his son. That was the original message. Then they changed it ever so slightly, like he was never in business with his son. And now the latest iteration comes out from Hunter Biden himself saying, my father was not financially involved in my business. And so, as they keep saying, the goalposts are getting moved. Here was that moment, which appears to be where Team Biden has landed, not financially involved in my business. Watch it.
Let me state as clearly as I can. My father was not financially involved in my business, not as a practicing lawyer, not as a board member of Burisma, not in my partnership with a Chinese private businessman, not in my investments at home nor abroad, and certainly not as an artist.
What do you make of it?
Megyn, he's relying on the phrase, I'm not involved, or my father was not involved in any financial aspect of the business. And in reality, there's a whole lot more to the business than just the financials. And the issue at hand is did his father profit in any way from this business? And he's really not addressing that. He's addressing the segments of the business, the financials. Well, what are the other segments? There's operations, there's strategy, there's personnel, there's all kinds of different things. And what he's doing is he's trying to give the impression that he's addressing the entirety of the business, when in fact he's carving out most of it.
The Megyn Kelly Show is supported by Grand Canyon University. Founded in 1949, GCU is a private Christian university that's dedicated to delivering an affordable and transformative higher education. Their vibrant campus is located in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. And according to niche.com, it's ranked a top 25 best campus in the country. As of June 2023, GCU is offering 330 academic programs with over 270 online, allowing you the freedom to earn your degree on your time from wherever you are. You can do it in your pajamas if you want. At GCU, your degree, whether it's a bachelor's, master's, or doctorate, integrates the free market system and a welcoming Christian worldview. Learn more about GCU's programs, competitive tuition rates, and scholarship offers too from your university counselor. They're part of the supportive graduation team that takes a personalized approach to helping you at GCU achieve your academic goals, walking alongside you every step of the way. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University. Private, Christian, affordable. For more info or to enroll, visit gcu.edu. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.